What's going on, Commanders Nation? Welcome back to another In Command podcast live streaming today. We're going to be previewing the Washington Commanders versus the Atlanta Falcons. But yeah, before we get into the stream and we start talking about this game, make sure you guys go down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. It's free to subscribe. It's free to hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. All it does is help out this channel. It helps me out, man. So I would, appreciate you guys if you did that. Um, but I'm not sure, if we're gonna have many people in here tonight. But either way, we're gonna, do what we do. We're gonna chop it up. Um, but yeah, the Commanders, we got a big game on Sunday versus the Atlanta Falcons at home, 1 o'clock. I will be live for the game. See, we got 2 likes on the stream already, so that's good. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be live for the game on Sunday. Make sure you guys tune into that, man. Make sure you guys tune in. I'll be live probably about like 12:45, so I'll come on here like 10 minutes before the game. And yeah, I'm gonna be streaming the whole game. Basically I'm gonna do what I did for the Eagles game. I'm gonna have my monitor right here, watch the game on there, and then have the stream on my laptop. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be calling every play, I'm gonna be calling the game, and yeah, it should be fun, man. But let's get into talking about this game. We're gonna be doing injury report, score prediction, keys to the game. We're also gonna be doing NFL weekly picks. Um, but yeah, but let's see. I believe Chase Young is. Let's just get straight into the injury report. Honestly, here we go. Obviously the big names though is the Falcons. Kyle Pitts is out for the Falcons. I mean, he's their best weapon by far. So that's huge, man. That's that helps us out a lot. So really now we only really got to focus on Drake London. That's really their only weapon in the pass game. Um, but let's check out Commanders Falcons injury report. But I think we have Chase Young, Cole Holcomb, and Benjamin St. Juice. I believe St. Juice is ruled out for this game, and Cole Holcomb just got placed on IR. But Chase Young is questionable, so he could play. They did activate him off the 53-man roster on Wednesday. So, he could play this Sunday. But, if he doesn't, then I'm not really, sweating about it. I'm not going to be mad. Because I mean the defensive line's been playing really well, and this is a game where you don't really need them. Like when you're playing the Falcons, but honestly, if Chase Young needs a couple more games, and we got a bye week coming up, so he'll get an extra week for that. If you just want to bring him back after the bye week, I'm fine with that. But if he can play this Sunday, even if it's on a snap count, I would prefer to see him play, man, because I want to see 99 get back out there. Um, but yeah. We should have a couple people join in a minute. Colin said he'll join. But I want to see 99 get back out there, man. I want to see Chase Young get back out there. I think that's what's going to help him, man. He needs to, stop thinking about his legs so much. He needs to get back out there, start playing and, just get his groove back, man. But, I'm not saying we got to rush Chase Young because our defensive line is playing well. We don't really, need him this week, but I would just like to see him at least play a little bit, on a snap count. That's fine. But I just want to see Chase Young play a little bit this week. But we'll see. He's questionable. Obviously, having St. Juice out, that's a pretty big blow to the secondary. But again, the Falcons really have no receiving threats outside of Drake London, who I'm not really like scared about. So it's not a it's a if Benjamin St. Juice is gonna be injured for a game, this is the game for him to be injured. And also, next week against the Giants, if he's out for that game, really no big deal because the Giants don't have any receivers. So Benjamin St. Juice, I mean, he should just take his time, get fully healthy, and come back when he's ready. So I mean, the big injuries: St. Juice, Young, and Cole Holcomb. Dax Milne, I believe, is out for the game. No one cares about that. Gibson should be the returner anyways. So and Dax Milne like barely plays on offense. So no big deal there. And the Falcons, they got Kyle Pitts out, and I don't think anyone else. That's like their only big name out. But yeah. Now I'm probably gonna get into the let's get into the NFL game picks. And I'm gonna try to actually keep track of my records each week of like, what I went, how many games, I got right, how many got wrong. So I'm gonna try to keep track of that this week. But here we go. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we've already had obviously the Thanksgiving game, so we won't do those. Um, but first off, we got the Texans and the Dolphins. This is a pretty easy game for the Dolphins. They're coming in at what 7-3. They're 4 to a 7-0. This year as a starter, so you can clearly see that team when Tua is playing, they're one of the best in the league. They got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. The team's just they're unstoppable. So give me the Dolphins, and the Texans have been terrible. We were up on them big, 20-0 at halftime. So honestly, give me the Dolphins. I'm gonna go 41-14 over the Texans. I got a big win for the Dolphins. It's gonna be a blowout. This should be a good game. The Bengals and the Titans. Bengals coming in 6-4. Titans coming in at 7-3. Yeah, it's gonna be a big game. But I don't I just don't I haven't really loved what I've seen from the Bengals. I don't think they're nearly as good as they were last year. And I think the Titans are riding high right now. They're on like a 5 game, some crazy win streak. So give me the Titans in a close one. I'm gonna go 27-24 Titans. Um, and then we got the Broncos and the Panthers. Um, this is probably going to be a close game. I mean, the Panthers, they're not very good. They're one of the worst teams in the league. But the Broncos, they're also pretty bad this year. Yeah, the Broncos are 3-7. The Panthers are 3-8. Two really bad teams. But give me the Broncos just by a little bit. I'm gonna go the Broncos win 19-16 over the Panthers. Then we got the Bears and the Jets. This should be a pretty easy game for the Jets. They should, I think they're gonna win this come through. I say 24-14. Jets get the win. Then we got the Falcons versus my Washington Commanders. Give me my Commanders at home. I'm gonna go 25-20 over the Falcons. I got my Commanders getting the dub. But it's gonna be a close game. We can't overlook the Falcons. The Falcons are not a bad team at all. They're 5-6. They're right in the thick of things. Can't underestimate the Falcons. Then we got the Bucks and the Browns. This is the last week Jacoby Brissett is starting. So the Bucks are obviously, lucky that they get to play Jacoby Brissett. It's in Cleveland, so I don't know. I feel like this could be a relatively close game, but I'm gonna give me the Bucks. They've been playing a lot better lately. They've won the last 2 games. Give me the Bucks. 26-20 over the Browns. Then we got the Ravens and the Jaguars. Honestly, I feel like the Jaguars might have a chance for upset here. Honestly, I'm like for my upset of the week. Give me the Jaguars over the Ravens. You just saw the Panthers play the Ravens really, really close. It was 3-3 for most of the game. So I feel like I don't know. I think the Jaguars could pull off an upset here. So give me the Jaguars 27-25 over the Ravens. Then we got the Seahawks and the Raiders. Raiders coming in at 3-7. Seahawks at 6-4. The Raiders have been bad this year. They really have. And this is in Seattle. Seattle's 6-4. Geno Smith's been playing really well. The Seahawks have been a pretty good team this year. Give me the Seahawks. I'm gonna go 23-20 over the Raiders. Close game, but got the Seahawks pulling it out. Then we got the Chargers and the Cardinals. The Chargers, they've kind of disappointed this year. They've been banged up. They're 5-5. The Cardinals are 4-7. Honestly, I think the Chargers are gonna win this game. It's in Arizona, but give me the Chargers. I'm gonna go. Let's go 29-24 over the Cardinals. Then we got the Saints and the Niners. The Niners, I think, are one of the best teams in the NFC. Um, and the Saints, they just, they got Andy Dalton as their starting quarterback. Jameis Winston is still hurt, and the Saints have just not been good this year. And it's in San Francisco. I don't think there's any way the Saints can win this game. Give me the Niners 33-20 over the Saints. Then we got the Rams and the Chiefs. The spread for this game is 15.5 points. The Chiefs are favored by 15.5 points. I mean, it's crazy how bad the Super Bowl defending champs are this year. The Rams on the road are 15.5 point underdogs. It's pretty wild. But give me the Chiefs 34-23 over the Rams. So I think the Rams actually do cover the spread, but still, I think the Chiefs get a pretty comfortable win over the Rams. Then we got the Packers and the Eagles. This is probably going to be a relatively good game. It's in Philly, Sunday Night Football. Give me the Eagles. I'm gonna go. The Eagles win 26-23. Really close game. But I got the Eagles winning. Then we got Colts versus the Steelers in Indianapolis on Monday night for the final game of Week 12. Give me the Colts. I just feel like Jeff Saturday. He's not a bad coach, and the Colts almost beat the Eagles. They should have beat them. And I think the Colts have definitely looked better with Jeff Saturday, and they got Matt Ryan back healthy. And the Steelers they've been pretty bad this year. So give me the Colts. It's also in Indianapolis. They're going to be playing in front of that home crowd. Give me Indy. I'm going to go 20-14. Low scoring game. Got the Colts getting it done versus the Steelers. So we will keep track of these games. I should get a piece of paper to write my picks down, but it's all good. I'll just write it down after the stream. But in a minute, I'm probably gonna get into the keys of the game. So we've already done the injury report, already done our weekly game picks, and I already predicted the Commanders to win 25-20 over the Falcons. But yeah, so we got the keys of the game and then score prediction, or already did score prediction. Keys of the game, and we're just gonna talk about it. Also, we got to talk about the NFC East. We're gonna talk about a lot of different stuff on the stream. But yeah. Let's take a look around the NFC. So obviously the Cowboys and the Giants just played. I want to talk about the Giants, man. I really think the Giants are frauds. They've lost 2 in a row. They're now 7-4. I just think they're so much worse than their record says, bro. Like they are not nearly as good as what their record says. Like they're an average team with a good record, bro. They're not a 7-4 football team. If you really look into them and watch them, I mean they make plays to win games, their defense, but still, man, I they should not be 7-4. Just looking at their games, but we got them next week, big game. We're gonna see what they're about, man. I need to stop, complaining that the Giants are 7-4. We got to beat them. I'm talking all this trash about the Giants. We got to come in here and get it done, man. This game versus the Falcons is huge, man, because I don't want to be playing the Giants at 6-6. I want to be 7-5, going in there, riding high, 3-game win streak. And at that point, so if we win this week, next week we got a chance to take the Giants spot. We'll have a chance to jump to the 6th seed. If we can beat the Giants next week. We got to win this week, man. It's a big game. I'm excited, though, man. I'm ready to go live. It's going to be fun. We're going to have this set up once again. So, yeah. I mean, I might just go live for every game, man. Unless I got something going on. Like last week, obviously, I was in North Carolina. I had a great weekend in Chapel Hill. Went to the UNC football game on Saturday. Then we went to the JMU versus Carolina basketball game. So that was really fun. But I'm just gonna look at all the games. I should be able to go live probably for the rest of the games. Um, yeah, probably. Yeah, I should be able to. But yeah. But yeah, the Giants and Cowboys already played, and the Eagles got the Packers Sunday night. We'll be watching that game for sure. We need to get this done, man. I'm not trying to be disappointed. I'm tired of, obviously, we're finally we got over the hump, and now we're over 500 for the first time. Like at this season, we're over 500. We haven't been over 500 since 2018. Like at this point in the season, but we finally broke that streak, and we're now 6-5. We're now over 500. Um, So yeah, I'm glad that that's over. We're now at 500. I mean, sorry, we're now over 500 at 6-5. But I don't. I want to be over 500 for multiple weeks. I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't, want to talk about it, and then the next week we lose, and now you're looking, you're right back at 500, right back at 6-6. So I want to be 7-5, man. I don't know. We haven't been 7-5 like forever. It's been longer than 2018 since we've been 7-5. Through 12 games, I don't really know the last time we were 7-5. Um, so get a win today, man. I'm tired of always being 6-6 through 12 games or 5-7. We're 6-5. We're sitting good. We're over 500 finally. But let's get to 7-5. Um, huge game this Sunday, man, and I can't believe we're in this position because after we lost that Vikings game, I thought the season was over. I was like, oh man, I was hurting after that Vikings game for like 3 days, and then I was like, all right, you know what? We got to ship to Philly. We got to try to beat Philly. But man, I thought the season was over. It's crazy that we're in this position now at 6-5. We're back home this Sunday against the Falcons, a very winnable game to get to 7-5. It's huge, man. We got to take advantage of these opportunities. But yeah, I mean, after we lost that Vikings game, I'm like, oh, and then we're gonna go into Philly, probably get blown out. We're gonna be at 4-6. So I was not feeling good, man. But we beat the Eagles somehow in Philly. Then we manhandled the Texans, and now we're sitting at 6-5, man. But I said if you can win that Eagles game, you're sitting great, sitting in a great spot at 5-5. And you got the Texans, Falcons. But let's take care of business on Sunday, man. We can't take these boys lightly. We know that. I'm not worried. This team's not going to overlook the Texans. They know they can't overlook them. We can't take these boys lightly. We know that. I'm not worried. This team's not going to overlook the Texans. They know they can't overlook them. They didn't overlook the Texans. They took care of business. They went up 20-0 at halftime, gave themselves a comfortable lead. So, we weren't fans in heart attack in the second half. You could just chill out. Just run the clock out of there. Dub. Let's do that again this week, man. Let's do that again this week. And they're not gonna 6 games left, man. So just week 14 or week 15, at 8-5. That crowd will be rocking, man. So let's do that, man. Let's do that. But yeah. I think the crowd's gonna be packed on Sunday. Like, just like it